Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm back using the same stamp set as yesterday, the Smooth Sailing by Clearly Besotted. It has been a while, but I am going to do some no-line coloring using my distressings today, and therefore I'm first going to stamp out my little scene that I want to color in. I'm not going to fussy cut anything. This will be a one-layer card, so I need some masks to get everything in place. And then I will have just one darling scene to color in using my distressings. So yesterday something really lovely happened for all Europeans. Carte Nouveau added the amazing Clearly Besotted brand to the shop. So if you're looking for a shop to buy Clearly Besotted from and you're not living in the UK, then Carte Nouveau has probably what you want to buy. So yesterday they added it to their shop and that was great news, and I bought way too much, but it's such a cute brand and I just couldn't resist. I couldn't. So that's something that I wanted to mention today. Also, doing the no-line coloring has been a while. I was a bit rusty, I must admit that. Here I have an acrylic block. It's laying on a piece of just a paper towel. Yes, and I also have a bit of water over there. I prefer having an acrylic block to smoosh on my things and then a paper towel underneath, because you can see the colors really well this way, and you can use a paper towel at the same time to create a damp paintbrush, or I'll just clean it or anything like that. So that's all just handy. I'm using quite a few rustic colors today. I have the aged mahogany and Victorian velvet as really a color and not a neutral in this little painting that we are going to do. And I just think these colors are really rustic. It gives you a bit of vibrancy, but at the same time they are quite muted, and I love that. So I'm starting on the coloring, and although it has been a while, I didn't change my tactics on this one. So I created them paintbrush to start with. With that paintbrush I take a bit of the ink on it, and then I go to the image. I add it on the edges of the image, and more specifically where I want to have a bit more shadow, if I'm playing with shadows and all those things. And then I created a damp paintbrush to drag that color all over that part of the image. So I do that. Then when the piece is dry, or that specific part is dry, and I want to add more depth or more shadows on top of it, then I go back, same method, damp paintbrush, dragging it towards the rest of the image, and so on and so on. So that's what I'm doing. I don't know if it's a real technique, but it's working for me, so that's what I'm using. If you have another technique, then you do, what you prefer. Everything is just fine, as long as you are having fun. I am using Strathmore Bristol Smooth. It's the paper that I'm always using when coloring with my distress inks and doing a bit of no-line coloring. Why? Because this paper can handle water, but it can't handle that much. So if you want to add lots and lots of water, then go for a watercolor paper. But if you're like me and you work with a damp paintbrush, then there will be no issue with this paper. But just so you know, because I have had people who said that it just didn't work with the paper, and that's fine. If this paper isn't working for you, probably your technique is just slightly different, or you have another medium that is quite a bit more moisturized or anything like that. Then just go for a watercolor paper. You have some hot press, some cold press. If I'm not wrong, if you want a smooth texture, then you have normally the hot press, and if you don't mind having a bit of a texture, then cold press is the perfect way to go for you. So I'm doing that. Strathmore Bristol Smooth. I have way too many blocks of that spare and such. You know, when you're crafting and you like a technique for a really long time, you think that you're going to run out of supplies, like the basic supplies, and then you buy 5 packs of paper, and then when you buy another time at that shop, you buy 2 more. Okay, so it was sort of like that last year or 2 years ago even, and I'm still using that paper, and I'm still not seeing like the end of the pile of paper. So I'm not going to switch. I also have a few watercolor papers, so if you want to see me using that, then just let me know in the comments down below, and I will try to create something on maybe a bit more textured paper, or paper that can handle water a bit better. But this can handle water, let that be sure, but just don't overdo it. That being said, the wonderful thing also about using distress inks is that it's water reactive. So you saw me just dipping a bit with a paper towel. That was because it was just a bit too heavy in the middle for me, the color. So I just made it a bit wet and then dabbed off the excess using a paper towel. So that's something that can come in handy if you think that you just overdid it a bit with the colors. So that's what I'm doing. I actually really enjoyed doing the no-line coloring again. So I think maybe in the future that I will try to make it something more regular. But I must also admit that I'm lately really into the Copic markers. So we all travel through phases, and I'm lately in my Copic marker phase. I also try to do some no-line coloring there, which is not always as easy, but I choose to use some easier images. Also, something that I wanted to point out is that there are a lot of videos also that you can see if you like my videos, of course. I'm also each Friday on the Crafty Morocco YouTube channel. So there I have a video each time again. It's the same way as I show my videos here. So I show everything normally. And it can really help if you want to see some coloring or some color combinations that you like. So definitely check out that YouTube channel as well. And as I mentioned in one of the previous videos as well, I'm going to be on the Time for Tea Designs design team. Well, I'm already on there. But I provide 1 video a month on their YouTube channel as well. Just to let you know if it's on there or not, I use the community on YouTube, where it's like Facebook. You have like just posts. Those aren't videos, but you can let people know about things. And I put the links towards the videos of Crafty Morocco currently there, so that you are up to date when there is a new video. So I hope that you will check it out if you weren't aware about that. You can find everything in my community tab here on YouTube. So that being said, I'm going to put a bit of music on here for the rest of the coloring, and I will be back afterwards. Then there are just a few finishing details that we are going to add, and then this card will be done. With the coloring being done, I'm adding the sentiment. I'm using Gina Design Amalgam ink, and I am also going to add some Micron Fineliner to the eyes and mouth of the images, just because I just think that now they aren't standing out that much, and with the black sentiments I can also incorporate a bit of black onto the images. And once that's done, this card is completely finished. I am not going to add anything more. I love the simplicity, and at the same time doing the no-line coloring really let it stand out, because we aren't cluttering the card with anything else. So that's it. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and of course that you like the end result. I want to thank you all for stopping by and taking the time to watch this video. I hope that you have an amazing day, and I will be back soon with some new crafty inspiration. Bye!